February 27th is National Stand Up to Bullying Day, and while we often think of bullying as a childhood issue, experts say it does not stop when we grow up. In fact, it can follow people into the workplace. According to the Workplace Bullying Institute, tens of millions of adult Americans experience workplace bullying each year. Author and media executive, we have Andy Riegel. He says it's an epidemic hiding in plain sight, and it's time that we talk about it, so he joins us now. So great to have you here, Andy. You know, I mentioned it, we don't always associate bullying with adults, but what does workplace bullying actually look like?
Melissa, it's great to be with you. Going back to the data that you provided, fully 50 million people in this country identify as workplace bullying victims. Another 25 million identify as observers of such. And so this really is an epidemic. And so let me define it very simply for you. Workplace bullying is conduct that is repeated and targeted and has no benefit to either the employee or the business. It's that simple.
Okay, and you know, we're adults, right? I think a lot of us would be like, oh, I can stand up for myself. I'm a grown person, but why do so many adults suffer in silence?
Yeah, because the boss has so much authority and power over us, Melissa. Think about it. Who has more power over you? When you're a child, maybe your parents, maybe a judge in the courtroom, or a sheriff who runs a jail. But in your day-to-day life, all of us are looking to the boss to take care of us. They have power over our self-esteem. They have power over our popularity at work. Bosses obviously have power over our ability to pay our bills and our ability to enjoy our lives, maybe get a bonus. So there's so much of a power imbalance. And the way, again, I define workplace bullying, it's simply an abuse of power.
Okay, so but how do we know the difference between a tough boss, though, and a true bully?
You know, I love this question, and I thank you for asking it, because I'm not advocating for bosses to be nice all the time. I was an executive producer at places like CNBC, MSNBC, Court TV. I was global head of video at the Wall Street Journal. I pounded some tables. I raised my voice. I raised my voice as a boss. And so what I want people to know is I understand this. I had big staffs. And so we have to go back to the definition. It's repeated and targeted. And so that's the problem that we have. We've got to stop that kind of behavior such that we can get great productivity from our employees as well as help the business.
Yes, great guidance there, Andy. Thank you. But for those employees watching who feel stuck or perhaps are afraid to speak up, what can they do right now?
Yeah. First of all, with businesses, I'll do this real quick. For businesses, I'm telling everybody out there, create bylaws or codes of conduct that you expect people to abide by. And everybody should sign off on it, just like we do with sexual harassment. Create codes of conduct. You can do it tomorrow in your business. The CEO on down signs off on it, and for people that don't abide, there are repercussions. For the specific employee that's going through this, you have to take care of yourself. You're not going to change your bully boss. You're not going to make them your best friend, and you're not going to make them better managers. So the most important thing is to take care of yourself, which means you have to restore your psychological safety. We all feel so unsafe when we're worried about the next meeting, the next email, the next text from the bully boss. We have to rejuvenate our ability to find purpose and joy in our lives. We have to find forgiveness for ourselves. There's so much self-blame involved in bullying. And then we have to forgive ourselves for that self-blame and forgive our bosses. And finally, I would say, Melissa, positive self-talk. You know, the bully ends up being on your shoulder or being in your head. You go home, you feel terrible. On the weekends, you're hearing the boss yelling at you.
Yeah, it's a domino effect, right, Andy? You carry it with you. It's not something you just leave at the office. You have so much great advice. Before we wrap, we have to tell viewers where they can find your book and resources.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. My book is called Surviving Bully Culture, a career spent navigating workplace bullying and a guide to healing. It's available now at Amazon and at Barnes & Noble. My website is simply Andy Riegel, ANDYREGAL.com. People can reach me there. All I want to do is help employees do the best work they can.
We so appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Melissa.